My girlfriend's daughter kept asking me to take her to the movies every Sunday so mommy could have nap time. I came home early and found nap time involved my neighbor. I evicted them both. The girlfriend's daughter crying, "It wasn't my fault," didn't stop me from changing the locks. Original post: I, 37 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 34, for about 2 years. She moved into my house with her daughter 9 about 14 months ago. The kid's dad hasn't been in the picture for years, some deadbeat who bailed when she was a toddler. I figured I was doing the right thing, being the stable guy, helping raise this kid who needed a father figure. The house is mine. Bought it 5 years ago before I even met my girlfriend. My name on the deed, my mortgage payments, my property. Important detail for later. So here's the thing that should have tipped me off. About 4 months ago, the daughter started this routine. Every Sunday morning, she'd come find me and ask if we'd go to the movies. Sometimes it was animated stuff, sometimes just whatever was playing. Didn't matter. She was insistent about Sundays specifically. "Can we see a movie today? Mommy said she needs nap time, and it's better if the house is quiet." First few times, I thought it was sweet. Kid wants to hang out with me, girlfriend gets some alone time to recharge. Win-win, right? But it became this thing. Every single Sunday. If I suggested Saturday, the daughter would say no, it has to be Sunday because that's when mommy needs her nap. If I said maybe we could do something else, she'd get upset and say mommy specifically said movies would be good. I mentioned it to my girlfriend once. "Hey, why does she always want Sunday movies?" She got defensive. I don't know, kids are creatures of habit. Is it a problem spending time with my daughter? Guilt trip successful. I dropped it. Last Sunday, I took the kid to see some animated movie about talking animals. It was fine, whatever. We got popcorn, she was happy. Got home around 4 p.m. because the movie was longer than expected, plus we stopped for ice cream after. Walked in through the front door. The house was weirdly quiet. Called out, "We're home," but no response. Then I heard it. Upstairs, my bedroom. Sounds that were definitely not napping. My stomach dropped. You know that feeling where you know exactly what's happening, but your brain is still trying to make it make sense? That went upstairs. My bedroom door was cracked open, and there was my girlfriend with my neighbor, 42M, the guy who lives 3 houses down, the married guy with 2 teenagers, in my bed, in my house. They didn't even hear me come in at first. I stood there for maybe 10 seconds just processing the absolute disrespect of it all. I cleared my throat. Loud. The scrambling was almost funny. Almost. My girlfriend grabbed the sheets, her face going from pleasure to panic in half a second. The neighbor tried to grab his pants and tripped over them, falling into my nightstand. "Get out," I said. Calm. Weirdly calm. "Both of you. Now." My girlfriend started stammering. "Wait, this isn't, we can talk about this. Get out of my house." The neighbor grabbed his clothes and literally ran past me, half-dressed, shoes in hand. Didn't even look at me. Coward. My girlfriend sat on my bed that I'd now have to burn, with the sheet wrapped around her. "Baby, please, let me explain. How long?" "What? How long have you been using your daughter as a distraction so you could screw him in my house?" She had the audacity to look offended. "Don't bring her into this. You brought her into this. You've been sending your 9-year-old to get me out of the house every Sunday for months so you could cheat. It's not like that." 4 months. She's been asking me to take her to movies every Sunday for 4 months. That's 16 Sundays you've been doing this. 16 times you used your own kid as cover. She started crying. "I didn't mean for it to happen. He was just being nice, fixing things around here. Around my house that I let you live in. This is my home too." That's when something clicked in my brain. "No, it's not. Pack your stuff. You're leaving. You can't just kick us out. Watch me." I went downstairs. The daughter was in the living room with her ice cream, watching TV, completely oblivious. My heart broke for her. This wasn't her fault. She was just a kid being manipulated by her own mother. But I also couldn't have them here anymore. Called my buddy who's a lawyer. Left a voicemail explaining the situation, asking about proper eviction procedures. Then I sat down and waited for my girlfriend to come downstairs. Update 1. 3 days later. So the last 72 hours have been absolutely wild. My girlfriend came downstairs that Sunday evening after I caught them. She'd gotten dressed, and her eyes were all red from crying. Tried to sit next to me on the couch. I moved away. "We need to talk about this like adults," she said. "Adults don't cheat on their partners in the partner's bed while using their kid as a cover." "I made a mistake, but you can't just throw us out onto the street. My daughter lives here." "Your daughter shouldn't have been weaponized for your affair. Don't you dare blame her for this." "I'm not blaming her. I'm blaming you. You're the one who turned Sunday movies into your affair schedule." She tried a different approach. Got all soft and apologetic. "Look, I know what I did was wrong. I'm so sorry. But think about her. She's settled here. This is her home. Her school is nearby. You can't uproot her because of my mistake. Should have thought about that before you started hooking up with the neighbor. So that's it? 2 years together and you're just done? You cheated on me. Repeatedly. Planned it. Used your child to facilitate it. Yeah, I'm done." She got angry then. "Fine, but we have tenant rights. You can't just kick us out overnight." And that's where things got legally messy. My lawyer buddy called me back Monday morning. Explained that yes, technically, because she'd been living there over a year, she had established tenancy. I couldn't just change the locks and throw her stuff out. Had to do a formal eviction. But here's the thing. My state has pretty landlord-friendly laws. And I had clear documentation that the house was mine before she moved in. No lease agreement because I didn't charge her rent. She just contributed to groceries and utilities sometimes. My lawyer said give her 30 days written notice to vacate. So I did. Typed it up Monday afternoon, handed it to her officially. "You have 30 days. Find somewhere else to live." She read it and laughed. Actually laughed. 30 days? To find a new place, pack everything and move my daughter? That's not happening. Then I'll file for formal eviction and you can explain to a judge why you should stay in your ex-boyfriend's house after cheating on him. Ex-boyfriend? We're not breaking up. Yes, we are, effective immediately. You don't get to decide that alone. Pretty sure I do when you're the one who cheated. She tried negotiating. Maybe she could stay in the guest room for a few months while she looked for something affordable. Maybe we could try couples counseling. Maybe I could help with her deposit on a new place since I was forcing them out. Every suggestion was more entitled than the last. No to all of it. 30 days. That's generous considering I could have called the cops on you and your married boyfriend for trespassing. It's not trespassing if I live here. You won't for long. The daughter had been at school during most of this. When she got home Monday, her mom had told her some version of, "We might be moving soon, but not why." The kid came to me that evening looking confused. "Are you mad at us?" God, that broke me. "No, sweetheart. I'm not mad at you at all. This is grown-up stuff. But Mommy said we have to leave because you don't want us here anymore." Of course she did. Making me the bad guy. "Your mom and I had some problems. Adult problems. Sometimes people need to live separately. But none of this is your fault, okay? You didn't do anything wrong." She started crying. Was it because I asked for too many movies? Jesus, this kid. No, not even close. I love taking you to movies. That was fun. This has nothing to do with you. Her mom appeared at the top of the stairs. "Sweetie, come up here. Let's give him some space." The way she said him, like I was some stranger. Tuesday I got a text from the neighbor's wife. She'd found out. Apparently, the neighbor confessed Monday night after she noticed his car had been parked weird on Sunday and neighbors were talking. She was filing for divorce. Her text, "I heard what happened. I'm sorry. My husband is a piece of garbage and your girlfriend isn't much better. If you need me to testify to anything for your eviction, I will." Save that message. Might need it. Wednesday morning, my girlfriend went full aggressive, started making demands about what she was entitled to since we'd been together 2 years and she'd contributed to the household. "I want compensation for all the cleaning and cooking I did, and childcare costs you saved by having me here instead of having to hire help." You? What? I'm serious. You owe me. I gave up 2 years of my life for this relationship. I could have been building something with someone else. You were building something with the neighbor. Don't be crass. I deserve financial support while I transition to a new living situation. You deserve nothing. You're lucky I'm giving you 30 days and not 3. She threatened to get a lawyer, said she'd fight the eviction. Said she'd drag this out as long as possible. Fine. 2 could play that game. I called my lawyer back, started official eviction proceedings through the courts, filed everything properly. My lawyer said with the documented evidence of infidelity and the fact that there was no lease agreement and I was the sole owner, this should be straightforward. But straightforward doesn't mean fast. Meanwhile, living in the same house with them became unbearable. My girlfriend acted like nothing had changed. Still used the kitchen, still did her laundry, still parked in the driveway. The daughter kept trying to talk to me, but her mom would pull her away. I started sleeping in the guest room, bought new locks for my bedroom door to install after they left. Felt like a stranger in my own house. The girlfriend's entitlement reached new heights Thursday when she suggested I should at least help with moving costs, since I was the one ending things. The audacity of this woman. Update 2. 3 weeks later. This has been the longest 3 weeks of my life. The 30-day notice period isn't even up yet, and it's been absolute hell. First, my girlfriend decided to stop contributing anything to household expenses. Stopped buying groceries, stopped pitching in for utilities, nothing. Her reasoning? Why should I pay for a house you're kicking me out of? Cool logic, so I changed the Wi-Fi password. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. She lost it. My daughter needs internet for school. Then pay your share of the bill. I'm not paying for anything here anymore. Then your daughter can do homework at the library. She called me abusive. Actually used that word, for changing my own Wi-Fi password in my own house. But it gets better. Last week, she invited her sister to stay with us. Didn't ask, just texted me while I was at work. My sister is coming to help me pack and look for apartments. She'll be staying in the guest room. The guest room I was sleeping in. I texted back, no. She replied, she's already on her way. I left work early, got home just as the sister was unloading her car. Told her straight up, you're not staying here, this isn't a hotel. The sister looked confused. My sister said it was fine. Your sister doesn't own this house, I do, and she's actively being evicted. So no, you're not moving in. My girlfriend came outside. You're being ridiculous. She's family, and she can visit during reasonable hours and leave. She's not staying overnight. Where am I supposed to sleep then? The sister asked. Not my problem. Maybe your sister should have thought about inconveniencing her family before she cheated on her boyfriend. Apparently my girlfriend had told her sister some story about us having mutual problems and growing apart. Hadn't mentioned the affair. The sister's face when I explained the real situation was priceless. She left. Haven't seen her since. But I got a nasty text from their mother, calling me heartless for tearing apart her daughter's life over a small indiscretion. A small indiscretion. 4 months of planned, deliberate cheating using her own child as cover was a small indiscretion. I didn't even respond to that one. The neighbor has been avoiding me hardcore. Crosses the street when he sees me. His wife served him papers, and apparently he's been staying at some extended stay hotel. Heard through neighborhood gossip that their kids aren't talking to him. My girlfriend has been alternating between trying to be nice to me, manipulation attempt, and being hostile, her true colors. One day she's making my favorite dinner and asking if we can talk things through. The next she's telling her daughter that I'm being mean and unfair. Speaking of the daughter, that's been the worst part. The kid doesn't fully understand what's happening. She knows we're moving but doesn't know why. She keeps asking if she did something wrong. Breaks my heart every time. I tried to explain in age-appropriate terms that her mom and I had grown-up problems, and sometimes people need to live separately, but it's not her fault. She cried. Said she didn't want to leave. Said she liked living here, and liked her school and liked her room. Her mom jumped in. See what you're doing to her? Is your pride really worth traumatizing a child? I'm not traumatizing her. You did that when you used her to cover your affair. I never asked her to lie. You trained her to get me out of the house every Sunday like clockwork. Same result. 2 weeks ago, the eviction hearing happened. My girlfriend showed up with some legal aid attorney she'd found. The attorney tried to argue that because she'd been living there over a year and had a minor child, she should be granted additional time to relocate. My lawyer presented documentation that I was the sole owner. The 30-day notice I'd provided. Evidence that she'd contributed nothing to the actual housing costs. No rent, no mortgage payments. A statement from me about the infidelity. The judge looked tired, probably deals with this stuff all day. Asked my girlfriend if it was true she'd been having an affair in my home. That's not relevant to tenancy. Ma'am, I'm asking if it's true. Long pause. Yes, but... And you used your daughter to facilitate this affair by having her request activities that would remove the homeowner from the property during your encounters? I never explicitly told her to. That's not what I asked. Another pause. She liked going to movies with him. Convenient, sir. Looking at me, you've provided 30 days notice per state statute. That period ends in 9 days. Ma'am, you have those 9 remaining days to vacate. After that, the sheriff can remove you if necessary. My girlfriend's lawyer tried to object. Judge shut it down. Your client engaged in behavior that destroyed the relationship while living in property she doesn't own. She's been given proper notice. This eviction is granted. Outside the courtroom, my girlfriend was furious. You're really gonna let the courts drag my daughter out of her home? You should have thought about your daughter before you hooked up with the neighbor. I hate you. The feeling's mutual. Her lawyer advised her to comply with the order. Avoid sheriff involvement. Avoid any additional legal fees. Find a place ASAP. She finally started actually looking for apartments. Ran into the problem that most places want first month, last month, and security deposit. She didn't have that kind of cash saved up. Shocked, truly shocked, that being financially dependent on your boyfriend while cheating on him doesn't work out great. She tried to negotiate again. Could she stay just 2 more weeks past the court date? Just to get the deposit together? No, what am I supposed to do? Should have figured that out 4 months ago before you started this. My daughter. Your daughter is your responsibility, not mine, not anymore. She tried one more angle, sent me a long text about how she'd made a mistake but I was overreacting, how the affair just happened and didn't mean anything, how she'd end it, as if it hadn't already ended, how we could work through this if I just gave her a chance. I screenshotted the text and sent it to my lawyer with the caption, "Documentation of continued manipulation attempts." 3 days ago, she asked if I'd at least write her a reference for rental applications. The nerve. A reference? For what? Being a great tenant? You stopped paying your share of bills. You cheated on your landlord. You're being legally evicted. What kind of reference did you expect? You're such a bitter person. I'm practical. You made your choices. Deal with the consequences. Yesterday, she started packing. Finally, hired some cheap moving company that's coming tomorrow, the last day of the court-ordered period. Cutting it close. The daughter has been quiet, barely talks to me anymore. Her mom has clearly been poisoning that relationship. Part of me wants to explain everything, but she's 9. She doesn't need to know her mom's that person yet. She'll figure it out eventually. Tonight's my last night sharing a house with them. Tomorrow they'll be gone. New locks getting installed tomorrow afternoon. Pest control coming Wednesday to make sure they didn't leave any surprises. Definitely burning my old mattress and buying a new one. The neighbor's wife stopped by yesterday. Brought me a bottle of bourbon and an apology card. She didn't have to do that. Her husband's mess wasn't her fault. Thank you for handling this with more grace than I would have. She said. Grace. Not sure I've been that graceful, but I guess compared to burning their stuff or doing something actually crazy, maybe I have been. 9 more hours, then they're gone. Then I can finally start feeling like my house is mine again. Final update, 2 weeks post-eviction. They left. It's been 2 weeks and I'm still processing everything, but figured I owed you all a final update. Moving day was tense. The movers showed up at 9 a.m. Budget operation. 2 guys with a truck that looked like it might die any second. My girlfriend directed them around like she was coordinating a military operation, making sure they got every single thing that was hers. I stayed out of the way mostly, let them work. The daughter sat on the front steps looking miserable. Broke my heart, but I couldn't let that change what needed to happen. Around noon, my girlfriend came to me with a box. These are yours. Found them in my stuff. It was a box of old photos of us, trips we'd taken, holidays, normal couple stuff. The daughter was in a bunch of them. Seeing those hurt more than I expected. Thanks, I said. Took the box. Probably gonna burn that too. This is really it, she asked. You're really letting me leave with nothing? You're leaving with everything you came with. Your stuff, your car, your kid. That's not nothing. I meant money, support, something to help us get started. You mean the money you think I owe you for the affair you had in my house? Don't be like this. I'm not being like anything. You made choices. These are the consequences. She tried one more time. What about her? Nodded toward her daughter. Don't you care what happens to her? Low blow. Of course I care, but she's not my responsibility. She's yours. And you should have thought about her welfare before you did what you did. You're a cold person. I'm a person who got cheated on and disrespected in his own home. Repeatedly. For months. There's a difference. The movers finished around 2 p.m. Everything loaded up. Her car was packed full too, whatever didn't fit in the truck. The daughter got in the passenger seat, still not looking at anyone. My girlfriend stood in the driveway for a minute. You know this isn't over, right? I'll tell everyone what you did. Kicking out a woman and her child. People will know what kind of person you are. Go ahead. I've got court documents, texts, and witnesses. Tell whoever you want. The truth doesn't change. She got in her car, drove away. The moving truck followed, and just like that, they were gone. The locksmith came an hour later. Changed every lock. Front door, back door, garage, deadbolts, everything. $400, but worth every penny for the peace of mind. Got a new garage door opener too. Completely locked her out of my life. Spent the rest of that day just walking through my house. It felt different. Empty, but also lighter. Hard to explain. Like a weight I didn't know I was carrying got lifted. Found evidence of them everywhere for the next few days. A hair tie under the couch. One of the daughter's toys behind the TV. A coffee mug with her lipstick still on it in the back of the cabinet. Threw it all away. The neighbor's wife's divorce is moving forward. Heard he tried to reconcile, but she's done. Good for her. She deserves better than that clown. My girlfriend found an apartment. Barely. It's in a rougher part of town. Smaller, not near the good school district. She sent me one text about it. Hope you're happy. My daughter's new school is terrible. This is on you. I blocked her number after that. Don't need the guilt trips. The daughter's the one I feel bad for. She didn't ask for any of this. Didn't ask for a mom who'd cheat and use her as cover. Didn't ask to get uprooted from a house and school she liked. But I couldn't sacrifice my own sanity and self-respect to fix her mom's mistakes. Some mutual friends reached out. My girlfriend had spun quite the story, apparently, that I'd kicked her out over small issues and was being vindictive. One friend actually called me to lecture me about compassion until I sent her the court documents. Oh wow, she left out a lot. Yeah. That's messed up. Sorry I judged. It's fine, just glad the truth is out. Lost a couple friends who believed her version without asking mine. That stung, but also showed me who my real friends were. The neighbor still avoids me. Good. His oldest kid gave me a head nod last week though, which was unexpected. Guess he knows his dad's a piece of work. Work's been a good distraction. My boss noticed I seemed stressed and gave me an extra personal day. Didn't pry. I appreciated that. Been sleeping in my own bedroom again. New mattress, new sheets, new everything. Feels like mine again. Went a little crazy at the home goods store, but whatever. Fresh start. Had the carpets cleaned, deep cleaned the whole house actually. Hired professionals. Wanted every trace of that situation gone. The hardest part is the quiet. The house is just quiet now. No kid running around, no girlfriend cooking or watching TV. Just me. It's what I wanted, my space back, but it's also lonely as hell. Started looking at dating apps, but deleted them after an hour. Not ready. Don't know when I will be. The trust issues are real. My lawyer sent a final bill. $2,800 total for everything. Consultation, filing fees, court appearances. Worth every cent, but ouch. Still cheaper than letting her stay and dealing with more chaos. Got a letter forwarded from my girlfriend last week. She'd used my address on some job applications before moving out. Almost sent it to her new place, but decided against it. Not my circus anymore. Wrote return to sender. The property value wasn't affected, thankfully. Checked with my real estate agent friend. House is worth the same as before. Thought about selling and truly starting fresh somewhere else, but this is my house. I bought it. I built a life here before her. I'm not letting her chase me out of my own home. Financially, I'm fine. The mortgage is the same as it always was, affordable on my income alone. Without having to support 2 extra people, I'm actually saving more money than before. Silver lining, I guess. Emotionally, still working through it. Lots of anger. Lots of how did I miss the signs thoughts, but also relief. And a weird sense of pride that I handled it without doing anything actually crazy or illegal. Some people have asked if I regret being so harsh with the eviction timeline. Honestly, no. She had 30 days. She knew why she was being asked to leave. She could have spent that time actively looking for housing instead of trying to manipulate me into letting her stay. Others have asked about the daughter and if I'll stay in touch. I won't. It sucks, but I can't maintain a relationship with a kid whose mother I just evicted after she cheated on me. That's too messy, too painful. The kid will be fine eventually. Her mom will probably tell her some version of events that makes me the villain, and there's nothing I can do about that. The neighbor's wife actually became a friend. We've grabbed coffee twice, just 2 people who got screwed over by the same situation. She's handling her divorce well, says her kids are her priority and everything else is secondary. Respect. Learned a lot from this. Red flags I should have seen earlier. Like how my girlfriend never wanted to split expenses proportionally, how she always had excuses for not finding a better job, how she'd get defensive whenever I asked questions about her day or her plans. Also learned that cheating isn't just about the physical act, it's the lying, the manipulation, the using other people, including your own kid, to cover your tracks. That's what made this unforgivable. People keep asking if there's a chance we'll reconcile. Absolutely not. 0% chance. She nuked that relationship from orbit. No coming back from what she did. Moving forward, I'm just focused on rebuilding. My house feels like mine again. My life feels like mine again. I'm not looking for another relationship anytime soon. Maybe eventually, but right now I'm good being alone. To everyone who commented on my posts and sent supportive messages, thank you. Really. It helped to know I wasn't crazy for handling it this way. That I wasn't some heartless jerk for evicting them. You validated what I already knew. I deserved better than what she gave me. And to anyone going through something similar, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't let people make you feel guilty for having standards and boundaries, and definitely don't let them use their kids as shields for their bad behavior. That's it. That's the end of this absolute mess. I'm closing this chapter and moving on. Thanks for following along with this disaster. Peace out, Reddit.